All right. I feel like that truly is your focus this month, with your first oracle card being the Seven of Wands. I feel like this month for you really is about getting out of your comfort zone. And whenever you feel like something may be more trouble than it's worth, you know what I mean? Like something may be more work than you want to put in. I feel like that's the moment when you need to say, no, I'm going to put my all into this. I'm actually going to see where I can be by the end of this. Because I feel like in those moments when someone, gives you an opportunity that maybe you don't have the skill set for, or, maybe you just don't want to do because it's too much work in your mind. You're like, no, it's too much work. It's too much effort. Those are those moments and opportunities that really take you to the next level. They stretch you, they test you, they make you even stronger than you were before. And they allow you to tap into, areas within yourself that haven't even been used yet or haven't been used in a while. So I do think this month, when you are presented with opportunities, take them. Expand your horizons. Don't jump to conclusions right away. See where things can take you. You know what I mean? I do feel like you're in this place where you are really focused on getting yourself not only, emotionally secure, but physically and financially as well. I feel as though you're in this place of like, I'm taking care of myself this month. I'm taking care of, the basics of myself. And I think that's a great place to be. We have the King of Pentacles and the Four of Pentacles. So I do think you are really, really focused on your coins right now, Leo. Less so on love so much, but you're just holding tightly to the things that matter most to you. And I feel like right now that is your physical health, your financial health, and your emotional health. You really are all about just making things happen for yourself right now with the Magician card. And I think it's a great place to be. I feel like you're really focused on the energy that you're creating and the energy that you're accepting. You know what I mean? Like if they're not coming in to add value, you don't even see them. You don't even want to be around them. And I'm loving that because a lot of times we do take in energy that we don't need. And so you're just being extra selective. And I feel like by doing that, you're also expanding your horizons, because when we don't take what's familiar, which, sometimes is the chaos, is the drama, is the darkness, accepting in more light, you have to step out of your comfort zone in order to find that light, in order to bring joy and peace and love and security and, stability into your life. You do have to step out of your comfort zone. So I do think you are in a state of just being okay with that. Stepping outside of yourself and what's normal for you. Okay, I'm loving that energy. All right, moving right along to love. What is the overall love energy? Ooh, for you? Page of Wands. I feel like you might be starting over in love. Are you starting over in love, Leo? Are you starting over? I can read this two ways, to be honest with you, but I'm going to just choose the more positive side. I mean, the Page of Wands is not a negative card, because it really does speak about, you starting over in love. You could be getting to know someone new. You could be getting to know yourself again and figuring out what you want moving forward and who you want to take with you on the journey of love. Okay, but this is synonymous with like a whirlwind romance that kind of like blossoms into a deep love. Something you never expected, and then all of a sudden you're like, how did I get here? And it's just the journey. It's the journey. It's a very fiery, passionate card. So I do see that you are following your passions in love right now. You're following your heart, as always, as a Leo does. You're following your own compass. And I love that. I love that energy. There's nothing wrong with that. All right. Digging a little bit deeper, let's look into how the person you are connecting with and or thinking about, how do they feel towards you? How does this person feel towards you, Leo? Oh, all right. All right. Someone is being blocked. Who's not talking to who here? Four of Swords could be connecting with an air sign. All right. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Clarify the four. Clarify the Four of Swords. Why the Four of Swords? All right. I feel like whoever you're dealing with is waiting on you. I feel like they're waiting on you. Oh, whoever you're dealing with, I feel like they feel this attraction to you. They feel this attraction to you with the Nine of Cups, right? They do. They desire you physically and emotionally. They do. But the first card that came out was the Four of Swords. So what, like, their feelings is like, I cannot give myself to this right now. I desire you, but I can't give myself to you right now. Because we also have the Page of Pentacles and the Eight of Pentacles. So this is someone who's really focusing away from love and is focusing on their coin. So in a way, it's interesting because like your overall energy for the month is focusing on your coins, and whoever you're connecting with, I feel as though, although they have feelings for you, they're choosing to stay quiet. They're choosing to not do anything about it. And they're choosing to put their focus and kind of distract themselves with work. With work. Hey, it's so interesting because they have feelings, but it's just like they're not acting on it. You know what I mean? They're like, I feel like this might be someone who might be immature or just like a very physical crush. Like this, I feel like whoever you're dealing with feels like you're like a friends with benefits. Like, oh, like I'll see her or I'll see him when I see him. I'll see Leo when I see Leo. And whenever I hit them up, they're there, and I can ghost whenever I want to ghost and come back whenever I don't. Let's dig a little bit deeper. How do you feel towards them, Leo? How do you feel towards them? Queen of Pentacles, you have more love. You feel a lot more you feel more strongly towards them than they feel towards you. It could be vice versa, so take it how it resonates. But the Queen of Pentacles, I mean, that's a deep, nurturing love. You feel a lot of like care and like you kind of just want to be around them. You're very restless over them. You think about them a lot. They could be in your dreams, Leo. Page of Swords. I feel like you're really restless. I feel like this is someone. I feel like you're like, I love you, but I hate you. Because the Page of Swords is like arguments and just like restlessness. You know what I mean? Gossip. And I feel like you're on their mind more than you're on theirs. And I don't like that. I'm not liking it. I'm not liking it because it's not mutual. You know what I mean? It's not mutual. You feel more. You feel more. Can you see these? I'm hoping you can. It's just gonna have to be all right. But I feel like I feel like you might have like talked to them about it. I feel like this is someone where you're like, hey, I need you to be more present. And they're like, I hear you. And then they go and do their own thing. And you're just left like, what the fuck? Like, you're giving all this energy and you feel all of this, but they're not giving you anything in return, or at least as much. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like you're giving your heart and they're giving their body. And I don't like that. It's kind of, it's like that. It's like not, it's not an even trade-off. Okay? If you're in a no contact situation, why is there no contact from you, Leo? Why is there no contact from you, Leo? All right, so your guard is up. you feel like your heart isn't safe. You're not safe. Your emotions aren't safe. Yeah. So you're quite overwhelmed by the situation and you have your barriers up. That's basically why you're not in contact with them. You're not communicating. Why are they not communicating with you? Why is there no communication from them? Okay. So this is someone who's like they don't trust. I feel like this is someone who has trust issues. Whoever you're dealing with, they have trust issues. And I feel like either they feel as though they know that they're not good for you or you're not good for them because you probably don't want the same things. And so they're looking elsewhere, right? They're like, I need to turn my back to the situation. And they might have other people that they're connecting with, that they're dealing with, and they're looking at them and they're probably juggling between you and them, but they're definitely looking at their options, possibly choosing between two people, which is why you're not getting their full attention. This is someone who does care a lot about their work and their coins. So that could also just be like the other person, person that they are having to divide their time by if it's not an actual person. Okay. But this is someone who, I don't know, I feel like they feel safer in the silence. You have two silent cards. You have the Four of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. So this is someone who wants to be silent. They don't want to fight for the situation. This is someone who I feel like has willingly walked away and like pulled back. Do they desire you? Do they desire you emotionally and physically? Absolutely. But I mean, how far can that go if you're not going to actually put in the time and effort? You know what I mean? What do they want? What does this person want? Give me a card when you're ready. You know when I don't get a card when I shuffle, like right away, I'm always like, well, they don't want anything. All right, let's see. All right, Queen of Cups. Clarify the Queen of Cups. Why do they want the Queen of Cups? Ace of Wands. What is going on with this person? It's so interesting. I feel like this month is everybody's person is just full of contradictory emotions. It's like, no, they don't want you. I don't want you, but I do want you. I don't want to admit my feelings, but I do want you. I do, like I said, I feel like this is someone who has trust issues. This is someone who has trust issues, and how they deal with it is by pulling back. So how they feel, yes, they desire you, but they're turning their attention elsewhere. They're staying silent. I feel like this is someone who feels safer in the silence. I'm going to keep saying that. And they do have feelings. They absolutely have feelings. Like, it's crazy feelings, it's very loyal and caring feelings. And they do want to, have this spark of love. And I feel as though this is someone who's like, I'm okay being friends for now and it growing into something more serious and like more loving later down the road. Or maybe it started out that way for you, but they do have feelings. They're just not, they don't feel safe expressing them. They don't. What do they want? They want like a friendship that's going to grow into something more than that. They want, to tell you how they feel. They want something, they want someone that they feel emotionally safe with. And whether or not that's you right now, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not making them feel safe, then that's why they're pulling back. But you can't, like, if you can't, like, most of us are adults who are watching this, so like you can't save anyone. You know what I mean? Like they're not your project to save. And if they're not going to be straightforward with you, you can't do anything about it. You know what I mean? So they might want all day, but it's all about your actions and your ability to communicate, you know? What do you want, Leo? The Emperor. You want someone serious. Like, you want someone who's serious about you. You want someone who's serious about you. And whether or not it's this person, I mean, it could be an Aries, by the way, with the Emperor card. You have a lot of fire. We have air and water here with some earth. Okay, but why the Emperor? The Tower card. That's Aries energy again. I think you're done with the games. You're done with the bullshit. You're done. And I do feel like this is someone who might have been very toxic for you, Leo. Like, I feel like this is someone who, like, who's just really just fucking with your emotions, and you think it's you, but it's not you, you know? And it's just like, hey, there's only so much you can do to help someone. You can't save anyone. Like, they have to save themselves. And if they can't communicate their needs and their desires and what's actually going on internally, like, you can't carry that shit at all. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I feel like you're in this state this month of, just doing what feels good for you and expanding your horizon so that you don't fall back into these negative pitfalls. You know what I mean? Into these negative traps. You just want commitment and seriousness. Like, you want someone who's going to be straightforward with you. You want loyalty and commitment. And I understand that. And I completely like validate you, Leo. I validate you because you don't deserve games. You're done with them and you don't deserve them. For those of you who are single, let's look into new love really quick. Any new love coming in for Leo? I don't like to do reversals. Yeah, I do see new love coming in. Could be a fire sign. Sag is poking out, but it's definitely going to start off as like a crush. I do feel like whoever this past person is, you are going to have to let them go and realize that just because things didn't pan out with this past person doesn't mean that things can't pan out with someone else. And once you let that go, I feel like this new person will come in for you. And I do feel like it's going to be like a very devoted crush at first, with the Knight of Cups on the bottom of the deck, and then we have the Three of Pentacles. So this is someone who's definitely going to come in and cooperate with you. Someone who is definitely going to work hard for you. You know? And I feel like this is exactly what you want. But it is going to take, you know, letting go of this past pain that you have with this, whoever you're dealing with now. Or whoever you're thinking about, okay? That has to be released before, like, this can actually come forward for you. Okay? There is newness on the horizon. Past shit has to go. They are not your project to save. They are not your project to save. I will say it a million times. Because at the end of the day, like, they have to communicate. They do. They really do. You can't force anyone to tell you how they really feel deep down inside, especially when their actions are showing you otherwise or telling you otherwise. All right? Ugh. New love for you. The Hierophant. Could be a Taurus. Could be a Taurus coming in. Very, very committed. Very committed, loyal energy. All right. What's stopping this connection, this past connection, from moving forward? What's stopping it? Okay. So like I said, the World card. How do I explain this? Whoever this person is you guys would have to start over. You guys would have to start over, and they would have to be okay with starting something with you. Seriously, like, actually starting something with you, actually putting in that effort, actually giving you the world that you truly, truly deserve, Leo. And if they're not willing to do that, then it's not going to go anywhere. Like, this person has to make a decision and put in that willpower so that they can have the happily ever after that they want deep down inside. But their trust issues, their insecurities, their childhood wounds, whatever you want to call it, is hindering them from actually being able to be honest with someone about how they feel and then show it through their actions consistently. Honestly, this has nothing to do with you. I feel as though this is someone who knows you're a good catch, but they just can't bring themselves to be vulnerable. What's the most likely outcome between you and this person? What's the most likely outcome between you and this person? I don't like reading reversals, but I'll read it. Because I wanted to read this card as a different way, but hold on. Why the Six of... Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm going to take that up, right? I do see, for some of you, a reconciliation is on the horizon for you. I do see in the future, like future tense, most likely outcome would be them getting off their ass and them running very, very, like them running towards you. I feel them like, if you're in a no contact situation, I feel them having this sense of like regret over like losing you at some point, and then getting on their horse and riding back towards you. Okay, and then offering to give you what you deserve, offering to meet you in the middle, you know? And so, but it is going to take them deciding that that's what they want to do and getting up the courage and the balls to do that. Okay, and the gumption and the willpower. But I feel like they have to kind of lose you to love you. You know what I mean? It's like that Selena Gomez song. Except for hers is I had to lose you to love myself. Which, shit. I feel like that's what you're doing right now. I feel like, Leo, you're loving yourself, and they're, you know, I feel like losing you, they're gonna love you even more. So they definitely need to go and like work on themselves, but the most likely outcome is a reconciliation for you two. Most definitely. Whether or not you want it, you know, you don't have to take it. You don't have to open the door if they come knocking at all. You don't have to do that at all. But I'm saying they're more than likely in the future tense probably going to get off their ass and ride back to you, because they're going to realize at the end of the day that, you know, their feelings were they can't deny their true feelings for too long, because they've probably done it their whole lives with everyone that they've ever had feelings for. And at a certain point, you get to a certain age where you just can't do it anymore, where all of those feelings, they kind of just, you can't ignore them anymore. And so I feel like eventually they'll get there, but at the end of the day, you can't force anyone to have a conversation and say, hey, this is how I feel. They're not your project to save. So focus on new. Focus on you.